Hey. Hey everyone. It is Friday and a little music to kind of get us going. I don't know if you know who they are. They're a group that started in Ann Arbor and I think they're in California now. Volpec. They're perfect. They're a wonderful group. Anyway, welcome. If this is the first time seeing me, this is Melissa McClary Davis of Wise Digital Marketing, and I am here to do our weekly Q&A. Yes, last time I did it on a Saturday because it was Small Business Saturday last week, and look, we're back at a Friday. The week is just flying by. And I wanted to come on. I know I want to make it a point. I'm coming on every Friday until the end of the year. And I'm challenging myself to do that. And it's a little bit of a challenge, but hey, we're getting there. You know, my timing may be off. I set 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a little after 3, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So what are some of the questions that I've gathered this week from folks who've mentioned to me in comments, in DMs, whether it came from my clients or it's just out there on the internet. And so the one question that I want to tackle this week, and I think everybody's thinking about it and they're talking about it, you know, is obviously the holidays are not really behind us, but the full holidays, and because Black Friday and what's been happening is just stretched out. So like I mentioned last week, you know, grant yourself some grace if you're still trying to pull things together. But I want to talk about planning a little bit, you know, because it's the end of the year. And this is when people are really starting to reflect and look ahead. And they're definitely looking ahead in 2021. I've been talking about planning since the beginning of Q4. And if you see the title of my of this chat, it is to get yourself some data. And what I mean by that is let's plan to get some data. In order for you to really grow your business, or let's just say you just want to be successful and really be efficient in everything that you do from marketing spend, you need to have the data. You've got to. And I want to plead again with folks to get your data set, get it set up, get it in whether it is your email marketing, it is your website, it is your Facebook. Make sure that you have all your arsenal together. And that is setting up your Google Analytics or your analytics app if you have it. Get as much detail as you can. I think Google Analytics is one of the best because that's like a good hub for everything. So whether you have a Shopify account or a Squarespace or a WordPress blog, it all can kind of flow into Google, especially that for website activity. And then also for like your ad activity. So whether you're using Google ads or YouTube ads, they're all going to flow into your Google Analytics. And then you can add Facebook ads in there on top of that. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all that can kind of flow into. So that's why I'm a big proponent of just getting your Google ads in place. Now, Google, of course, always changes things up, you know, in terms of how to set them up. But once you have it set up, it's not a set and forget it, but it's pretty much, you can say the foundation is set because you need that data to start gathering for you then to be able to make decisions. So again, I mentioned before, I do offer, and I'm planning on doing it. I'm doing it this Sunday, and I think I'm going to add another Sunday before the end of this month for folks who need to get their Google Analytics set up and their Facebook Pixel set up. I'm there to help. It's limited spaces. I only usually take 4 at a time, and we just really go through your website and get it set up. And making sure that you are in step and ready to collect data, because you need to have that data, because it's important to get the data to then know how to grow your business. Another aspect of that is, say that you, in Q1, you're going to launch that course or you're going to launch that business. You're going to get the word out. You want to get the word out about your new business or the course or this new product that you have. The thing that I think a lot of people get in trouble with is that they take on more than they can chew. People have good intentions. I know we all do, but we're all busy. A lot of people, you have more than one job. I don't care if you have only one business, but you also are busy. You may have a busy personal life. If you're a mom, I know you're busy. That's 2 jobs. mother, taking care of the household, taking care of your family, and then also having a business, running a business. And then if you have an outside job, that's 3 jobs. So you're very busy. And I know we have good intentions in terms of what we want to get accomplished. And I think a lot of you know that I am a strong proponent of looking at the calendar in 90-day increments, and looking only that far ahead. I mean, you could definitely spec out and put things on the calendar for like 6 months or 12 months. And I do that in my planning, but really the focus is on 90 days. And even that, I break it down into 30-day increments. And even that, I take those 30-day increments and break them down into 14 days each. So just because that's the best way for you to kind of move things along and get things ahead. So having that planning process in place is critical. And if you are looking for a way to really plan from a marketing standpoint, let me know. You can go to that'smarketingplan.com. I will be starting another program in the year. So you can join the wait list there to really get your marketing plan together. But just in general, for your business planning, I think one of the things I'm finding out is that people take on more than they can get accomplished. And if you want to launch that course, say mid Q1, it has to start now. Because if you want to launch that course, you needed to be started. You should have started last year. You should have started now. Because you need to warm people up to who you are and who you have to offer, especially getting the word out in digital marketing standpoint, getting it out online and making sure that people see you. They're going to need to touch you a few times. They're going to need to see you. I think the rule of thumb is 7 times before they're going to pull the trigger. So you're going to have that communication flow, that customer journey flow together, and it starts now. And I just want to say, pretty much for most businesses, I can't think of too many that don't need this, but let's just start building your email list. I was talking to a client earlier today, and it's like the list. The list is so important. You just need names on your list. You want to start a business, and you got to get the word out. And if you are tight on budget, then you really need to think about what are the ways that I can grow my list? What are the opportunity and ways that I can kind of just get people to give me their names, get a name on the list? And there's definitely ways to do it. There's ways to accelerate it with paid. If you have the ability to budget, and it's not a huge budget, you could accelerate your list growth through paid advertising. I've been doing a lot of that in fourth quarter, and I could tell you a little bit more about that if you're interested. But you can accelerate and just pay for those lists, but you're paying to get qualified people who are interested in what you have to offer. But you want to kind of start from that standpoint. Yes, with I mentioned before about the data and getting all your Google Analytics together, you're going to see the web traffic. You're going to know a little bit about the user who came in, but you're not going to know the name per se, unless you have it tracked all the way through and you can trigger that email address. Once you do know that name, you will know your client and your customer, and that's going to help you with some of the decisions that you make. You're going to know that you need to drop that sale on a Tuesday and not necessarily on a Saturday. You're going to know if you need to have a discount in January versus the discount in March if you're a new business. You're going to know if Valentine's Day is a big part of your business, that what you need to be doing now for Valentine's Day, and how you should be growing and getting people prepped and prime to be able to get around that time period and buy. So planning is critical. Definitely only look at the first 90 days. I appreciate all the efforts, and I'm involved in them too, especially like vision boarding. I love it. But I do think that just setting down your goals and looking at them and setting down those things for the next 90 days and then breaking them up in 30-day chunks. In terms of goal setting for your business, I've been following along with someone who I been listening to, and they did a great categorization of how you can categorize your business goals into 4 areas. And I'm going to share that with you. First one's product. Second one is team. Third one is content. And the fourth area is processes. These are the 4 buckets where you should put all your goals in for the next 30 days, the next 60, next 90 days. What is the main product or your product or services you're offering, and what you need to do? What are some of the tasks that you need to do for that? Team, so people, your team, your business, your resources. These are the people and that are helping you with your business. What needs to happen in the next 30, 60 days with your team? Because that's critical. Because if you're a solopreneur, you can't do it all. So how's your team helping? What do they need? What can you do to kind of improve that? Content, this is where you're getting into how you're explaining yourself, how you're getting out there, how are you presenting yourself in social media, what are you saying in your emails, what are you saying in live broadcasts. So what are some of the goals around your content? What do you want to try to achieve? And then processes. All right, well, how can you make this easier? How can you take what you're doing and put it into processes and create a way to be as efficient as possible? Because we only have so many hours in a day, 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in the week. And we know where we are going to be, in the next 90 days. And so you want to be able to adjust and figure out what are some of the goals you need to do to really become efficient in your processes. So those are the 4 areas, again, if you want to do some goal planning. It's around product, team, content that you have, and processes. So I think this is kind of long. This is one of my longer ones. We're at 11 minutes already. I like to kind of keep these brief because we're busy. And I hope that you find this information impactful. Again, feel free to reach out to me. You can just reach out to me, on Facebook, and go to wisedigitalmarketing.com, and contact me there. If you need some assistance and some help in this, I'm happy to kind of help you that, or even guide you in where you should go. So again, enjoy the rest of your Friday. It was good talking to you. Take care.